And if he admitted to something like that on a phone call, don't you think that would and someone heard that, wouldn't that constitute like a confession of a crime? Well, wait a minute. We don't know what size he was 16 years before. And I didn't know that size made it impossible for that to happen. But I do. Okay, so she's trying to say that 16 years ago. So whenever she said this, was he 35, 36? So she's saying that when he was 20, this happened, and his girlfriend had a 5-year-old. So when did the 5-year-old get born, and how old was the girlfriend? I don't think he was that big when he was 20. I don't know. Okay, so he is on, yes, I don't know what he was, but he's on MAP. Isn't that what you guys call it? MAP? Matt, thank you. He's on Matt. I don't know much about Matt. I don't know how long those are. Some people, when they're using Matt, isn't it temporary? And then others stay on it for longer. It's like maintenance, right? Did Gabby and Light, Love, and Truth mean to tap in and want to accept? Did you mean to request Light, Love, and Truth? Okay. Some are on it for life. I mean, if it keeps him sober, right? And I thought that some of those medications are blockers so that you don't get any kind of feeling from them, right? Aren't some of them inhibitors? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I've never had that. I've never been through that specific issue, so I wouldn't know. But I don't know. I do find it interesting, though, that both the guys that she got close to in prison, Ken and Ryan, both had histories with substances. With Ryan actually being more taking care of it, and then Ken not. He's not on the S one, though. He's on the M one. The one that starts with M. And he's not on it for long-term pain. Changed how they manage at IMAs. So they've learned. Some people stay on it long term. If it keeps people sober. I know some people think that if you're on it, then you're not sober. So I don't know. I have honestly no idea, but that seems kind of ignorant to say that. Why is it not sobriety then? It says the length of treatment varies from 1 or 2 years to 20 years or more. So if it keeps someone alive, oh, that's weird. M makes you fly. It says it's a medication. I don't know anything about it, so I guess. It's a long-acting pain medication. Interesting. I don't know anything about it. Either way, yes, he takes it. Interesting. It says that it reduces cravings and it activates the same receptors as other ones, and it activates it more slowly, and it remains in your body longer. So when you're using it, then do you feel it? Or do they only give you a small amount so you don't want it? I don't know anything about it. That's an old wives' tale. Well, anyway, let's move on from that topic because apparently no one's really interested in that. But yeah, Gypsy's emails are wild. But I do think it's interesting that she picked 2 guys that both have issues with substances. Because, I don't know, that's just like, right? Does anyone think that's interesting? Like, she could have any guy she wanted, and she's picking guys that also have issues with substances. And no shame at all for anyone doing that. But I do know that Ken was not approved for her to live with. And if anything, you guys, it proved that she only married Ryan so she had a place to go. She didn't marry him because she wanted to be married to him. She didn't want to live with Rod and Christy and they're fighting. I mean, can you blame her? Who would want to go home and live with your parents when your dad's cheating on your stepmom and all they do is fight? Christy was fine with her there. I just don't think she wanted to be in the middle of their marriage and their marital problems. And I can't really blame her. And to be clear, Rod and Christy were as much as strangers to her as other people that she met in prison. Hi, Jackie. I don't know. Who would want that? Ken was not approved for her to be released to because of his rug use. And he had like issues with warrants and yeah, he wasn't a good candidate. He couldn't be approved. She needed someone that would look good to the parole board. That's part of the reason why she picked Ryan. Because he was a teacher and he was more stable. You don't see them lasting much longer. I saw that she was live, or she wasn't live, but I saw that she showed up on TikTok and basically said that nothing about the emails was bothering her and not to worry about it because she wasn't worried about it. Oh, they're live right now. What is the toll?
Kind of stay behind the scenes, but also it really seems like she was kind of forced into some of it. It seems like she liked a lot of the media attention, sure. But it seems like even if
they're literally talking about this with someone named Nancy. It was a means to the end for sure. Whoever and fans and I tried to tell Fancy I didn't believe she was kidnapped, but then she spun this like really big story to me, and I was like, yeah, I don't believe you're kidnapped. Sorry. I don't believe you were a little bit kidnapped, and I don't believe you were a lot kidnapped. You might have just been with a really weird person named Sarah. There's someone watching named Honey Badger. But I'm always afraid to like tell Fancy that what she's telling me I don't believe. But then she'll just yell and get upset. So then I just agree with her. Because I don't want to fight with people. I know she wasn't kidnapped. I know she wasn't kidnapped, and she keeps saying that Gypsy had leukemia, and there's no proof of that. None whatsoever. Zero proof of leukemia anywhere. Literally, not one person can verify that. All right. You guys, I've been live for 41 minutes, and oh my gosh. Yeah, she never had a part. She didn't have leukemia. But I've just learned that when Fancy makes her mind up about something, you can't tell her that she's wrong, so I just don't. You just agree to disagree, I guess. You guys, this has been a very quiet live. Can you do me a favor? Can you help me reach this goal? Do patients with leukemia all need a port? I don't know anything about leukemia. Is it always chemo? Well, that's a blood. Most, yes. Okay. I don't know anything about chemo. For the bone marrow. Oh, for a bone marrow transplant? Do all patients that have leukemia do bone marrow transplants? I honestly don't know anything about chemo treatment. Or I don't know anything about treatment for leukemia. Most do. My neighbor had a really rare form of multiple myeloma. And they did the coolest thing. They took fluid from that they did. It wasn't bone marrow. Your brother has multiple myeloma? It's such a rare disease for... He had some kind of transplant. What was it? Stem cell transplant. He had a stem cell transplant. And so he worked in a clinic, and he was like exposed to like something of chemicals that caused the cancer, and both people that worked in the lab got the cancer. His one friend that worked in the lab with him died. He was able to get a stem cell replacement, and he's still there, but because of the cancer itself, he has all kinds of hip problems and pain and bone, and they have to get his numbers checked every 6 months, I think, still. But he's never had a recurrence all these years later. So it's been at least 15 years since he had the stem cell. Stem cell, also known as bone marrow. They're similar, but not the same. Because a stem cell transplant uses stem cells from your bloodstream. And bone marrow uses bone marrow from yours or from a donor's bone marrow. He used his own. He used his own stem cells. It was like his own stem cells. He didn't have a donor. So it wasn't bone marrow. They took his stem cells from his body. I thought it was a pretty cool technique because I feel like they would have said bone marrow if it was bone marrow. Well, Fancy's trying to claim that she had leukemia. He's had to do it twice so far. I'm glad that your brother's doing well. That's good. I don't know. I don't believe she actually had, I don't believe she actually had cancer. Dee Dee did, though. I don't know. I have no idea. She didn't have leukemia, so I'm not even going to even entertain that she might have had it because Fancy decided that she had it. There's literally no medical records that exist that say that. If you want to come and join me and talk, Kelly, you're more than welcome. I don't know anything. Becca Lynn, are you meaning to invite yourself, or are you doing that by accident? There's a lot of types of leukemia, I know. But she didn't have it, so I don't know why Fancy keeps trying to say that she had it. She got hooked up on the fact. Okay, no problem. You're tapping. Can you guys help me? Can you help me finish my goal? I also think it's so quiet. Why don't people ever... Darlene, Beckelin, thank you for... It's hard for me to just talk to myself. I have 10 more minutes to go. 10 more minutes of talking to myself. I always came on, I know, but I come on TikTok to have to talk to people. And then ever since I've come back, no panels. And I don't know if I can stay on TikTok because the only reason I liked TikTok before was because people would come up on panel and talk. And if I'm going to be live personally, I like to listen to other people talking and have a conversation. And I have a hard time like just rattling off on my own for any extended period of time. It's challenging for me. I enjoy the back and forth, and it's weird. Ever since I came back, it's not like that, or else the people that used to come on my panel don't go on panels anymore. I really don't know, honestly. TikTok is different than it was when I was here the last time. And I don't know if that's because of the changes, because of the possible ban. I don't really know. Is it true that Rod and Christy are splitting up? Where was that said? Oh, that Rod has been cheating for years. That's not new. Rod's been cheating for years. Rod's been cheating since they got married. Rod has always cheated on Christy. And they've separated multiple times. They were separated at one point while Gypsy was in prison. So I don't know. Just because it's become public, now become public knowledge doesn't mean she's now going to like, oh, now I can leave him, since the whole world knows that he cheated. It's funny because everyone knew back in 2019 when it happened. Like, his infidelity it's funny that it's like exposed now, but it's not new. Yeah, and Gypsy, she has no, wouldn't care. Why don't you who wants to come up and talk to me? Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Ken's hairbrush. I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone wanting to come up. I feel like and then there's only one person, Kelly, that's leaving comments. So I'm only talking to. Oh. Maybe I need to have more topics. Be okay. Melly Star. Carrie Anthem joined. There's another Ken in my chat. There's like Ken's hairbrush and like Ken's something else that are in here. I just keep seeing his face. Victoria says she's working on a few homecoming mums. Ken's hairbrush. I know. Ken's ex's hairbrush. I took a screenshot of what they're... Then they were laughing about how Fancy was like transcribing the emails. Big Bend. Where's Big Bend? Isn't that Where's Big Bend? Isn't that in Montana? Oh, Wisconsin? They showed a picture of, it's weird, they showed a picture of the text messages, and I don't know how it got so blurry. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Shopaholic. Thank you. I'm halfway there. 25 more to go. I've been live, you guys. This is hilarious. I've been live for 57 minutes and I've made $1. $1. Not that I care. That's not why I'm live. I wish there was a way to see this without it being so blurry. These are all outbound. Thank you. I know, $1. I've been live and I have 305 diamonds. I know, I'm no gypsy. I'm no Gypsy Rose. Just so you know, like her excuse for making mistakes always is, I'm learning and I'm growing. I've never lived life before. At some point in your life, you have to stop excusing your bad behavior by saying, I don't know better, and say that you're 34 years old and you absolutely do know better, but you do it anyway. I mean, it's absolutely a choice to scam and manipulate people. It's so quiet. So quiet. One hour of nothingness.